Welcome back to another video. It has been a good week here. Haven't filmed a whole lot. I'll catch you up to speed though. Started off the week, had a birthday, so I got to celebrate with a couple friends and went out and played some dominoes, ran around in the dinghy, did some exploring, and then a couple days later a lot of the cruisers here in the harbor got together and they rented like a bus. We ran out to a waterfall, get to do cool hikes, swim around there. That was real nice to get out of the heat for a while, and the water was like ice cold, so it felt good to hang out, meet some new people. But projects I have worked on the boat, I'll show you what we got going on. I had made these new bug screens, and I flew back from the States with some magnet tape, and then I bought this mesh all the way back in the Keys. I expect to do this someday. Took me a while, but you can see I glue the magnet tape on around the hatch and then glue it onto the bug screen, and then they just snap on like that. So made one for each of the hatches, and then I also made a large one that magnets on here. You can see it just kind of snaps on and covers the main hatch, because there were all these little bees that were moving into the boat, and they would fly up into these cracks and like bring in leaves. I think they were making cocoons or whatever, and I had them even coming in like all the holes. So need to keep the bees out. I got these on. I don't use them all the time, and I'll take them, put them on for a day, and then you'll notice a bee again, so put them on for a couple days. Anyways, yada yada. Another big upgrade. About time y'all had mentioned I should do this. I have added some sun tarps to Rambler. I got this one big one that goes over the boom, and then a smaller one that's there. I ran a line from the jib to the mast and got it stretched out, and I cannot tell you how big of a difference this has made, because yesterday I think the heat index was 109 degrees here, which is absolutely miserable, and didn't even notice it being on the boat. So these things just help keep the sun off the deck, because before, the deck is so thick it holds a lot of heat, and it just kind of makes it like an oven down below. So this helps keeps the sun off. I still can get the breeze and everything, and then also more towards the afternoon you can kind of hang out in here. I have a topping lift, so a wire that comes from the end of the boom all the way to the top of the mast. Otherwise I would have run this all the way back. I could probably take that off if I found a way to like support the boom, but yada yada, then I could maybe cover this whole area and hang out, but not a big deal. Lots of trash here. We got to run to shore. One other project, I guess I can show you that, is the fuel tank on the dinghy. It's just been exposed plastic this whole time, and that thing is, I looked it up, it's kind of expensive to replace. So I just took another t-shirt and stitched it up, tossed it on there. I'll show you more when I run to shore, but that's kind of what's been going on here. Took it a couple days off for the birthday, like I said, but we're running to shore now. I've set up a box pack account, is what they call it, and until you get mail here in Luperon. So I've got packages, you can ship them to a Miami address from Amazon, things I order, and then they take them from there, they put them on a plane, send them here, and you got to pay 200 pesos per pound for everything, which is a little pricey. That's like $3.70 US, I think, somewhere around there. But you know, you can't buy a whole lot of things here, so it's worth it. But we're gonna run ashore. I've ordered a new compressor for my fridge, and I know Stanley's not gonna be happy about that. The fridge has been working great ever since I owned the boat, but I left for 2 months this summer, come back, and the compressor won't turn on. It's covered in rust. It's 40 years old as is, so I figured we'd just go ahead and put a new one in. But a lot of people, what they do is they use one of these chest fridges, 12 volts. They're a little more efficient. They're nice and all. My buddy Damien's letting me use his. But you can see it doesn't hold a lot of stuff, and it's huge. It takes up a lot of space. I don't really know where I'd put it. I could make it work if I had to, but I love my fridge here. It's built in. It holds a ton of stuff. So what we're gonna do, like I said, I ordered that new compressor. I think it was $240, and probably another $50 for the shipping fee. So I could have bought a chest fridge for that much, had $100 left over, but like I said, I'd like to go ahead and fix it the way it is. So we're gonna go run to shore, go to Box Pack, pick that up, and see if we can't get it installed. There's the fuel tank I was talking about. You can see the plastic getting old, a little cracked, so each arm of the t-shirt, stitch the neck shut, easy sunshade cover. And then my buddy Rick here gave me one of these solar lights too. I screwed this on the top. At night you can see it glows blue, just so people see the dinghy and don't run over you there. So it turns out I read the app wrong. It's all in Spanish. I only know one Pico, so the package is not here. It's in the country. I think it's on the way here. I'll show you a screenshot, but they said it'll be here tomorrow. So we're going back to the boat now. I picked up some lunch from the Titanic. That's what the restaurant's called. And then I guess we can go ahead and rip out the old one and get started on it. And we'll come up with something else to do. So back on the boat, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what I ordered for lunch. I think it said pollo pequeño, which is I think small chicken. And then I got some papa fritas, french fries, but I'm opening it up and I guess it was too hot because that's coming out the bottom of the stinking container. But it's only 300 pesos. Oh gosh. That looks like french fries with like salsa. And let's see how much that actually is in American dollars. So we got 300. So that's $5 for lunch. Not bad. I mean, until we see what it is. Yeah, so we're getting fries and fries with some sort of sauce. I'm not seeing the polo. Interesting. I hope that's... Well, we'll dig in and give it a shot. Lunch was really good. I think it was just like fries, barbecue sauce, and chicken, which is interesting, but not bad. If I would have known what I was ordering, I would have not got 2 sets of fries. But now we're going to try to find how to take the old fridge compressor out. I'm going to clear off this back lazarette here. I think I showed this in the last video. My buddy Rick here gave me this also. He's cleaning up, zip tied it on. Cool bag to put all the snorkel gear in. We'll go check this out. Back here, behind all this junk, is the old compressor. See how rusty she is? Maybe it just needs to be recharged, but it doesn't kick on when I turn it on anymore. The fan does, but the compressor won't. So, like I said, it's 40-some years old. I figured it'd be easiest just to go ahead and replace the thing. So we'll try to get it pulled out. And I think we can mount the new one back here a little closer to the fridge. Make it a little easier. But yeah, let's start by clearing some of this junk out. This is future editing Damon here. I guess I forgot to show it, but I did get the compressor out. You see how big and rusty this thing is? And then I just cut the copper lines after, I don't know what the technical term is, but depressurizing it. And yeah, we'll get rid of this one and then the new one should come in. I think we're gonna try to, instead of having it back here, it'll try to be in this lazarette because the fridge is right here. I don't know if that helps it being closer at all, but seems to make sense to me. Next project, I've got this Fender that you can tell is pretty deflated. And I was just gonna air it up and see if it's got any holes or any good. And I had this little air compressor unit, 12 volts, and my aunt and uncle had bought this for me many years ago for my first car, I believe. But I haven't used it really on the boat. Nothing's inflated, but you turn it on, you can tell it does not sound good. You can see the compressor is spinning very slowly, so something's gotten dirty and seized up. We're going to take it apart and see if we can't get it working again. So we got it taken apart here. You can see it's just a little DC motor, spins, and it's pushing this pump here. Just pulling down, sucking air in, pushing it through, little pressure sensor. And so we are going to see if we can't maybe lubricate a couple things. I'm hoping that's all the issue is. Just like I said, sitting so long, probably no good. And then we'll get it. Let's see. Let's try now. Yeah, as you can see, it's already looking way better. So we'll toss a little bit of lubrication in there. That should be a whole lot better. So it's working. It's inflating. It usually is a lot louder and a lot quicker though. I'm thinking the problem could be I've got it wired up here using this little jumper cable to put it to my makeshift fridge thing. This wire is pretty hot, so this is probably just too small of a diameter of wire and just can't carry the current needed to run this thing at full speed. So probably didn't even need to take it all the way apart. I guess it didn't hurt to go ahead and grease everything up, but I'm going to try a better wire and we'll see if that does anything. Well, that definitely helps. I doubled the wire up. I just ended up putting 2 of them instead. And she's definitely pushing more air now. Need to assemble the whole thing back together. It still doesn't show any PSI. So yeah, this is definitely getting more inflated. So we have definitely got a hole here. No doubt about that. So it's so old, I doubt it's worth fixing. I'm gonna see if I can just fill it maybe with some screw. Alright, a little dab of 5200 later. We'll see if that's enough to hold it up. Probably not with how much movement this gets. But at least try to fix it before we throw it away. So we're back down in the shower bilge, and thanks to having this box pack thing, I ordered a new float switch since the one I bought from the guy in town did not work. And this is the bilge. Because it's not been working, it's gotten quite disgusting looking. I think the black stuff is some sort of bacteria. There's a nice sludge of probably shower products down there in my hair. So we're going to start by scrubbing and cleaning and trying to disinfect this, and then we'll get the new one wired up and installed. Alright, got the wires done, zip tied up, hopefully to keep them out of the water. Bilge float switch is installed. And so I'd say we're good here. I put some bleach in here as well. Try to kill all that bacteria, scrubbed it a little bit, looking better. We're going to go up here and zip tie the wires up and bleach that one as well, because this stuff's leaked in there, I think. For your viewing pleasure though, I will show you this is all the lovely pile of hair I pulled out of the bottom of the bilge, so hopefully you're not eating while watching this video. Yeah, so that's a lovely sight. Apparently I forgot to mount the float switch after rewiring last time, but that shower water has made it in here too and is growing that same sort of lovely black bacteria. So I'm going to take our bleach, give everything a nice good coating, and then scrub and rinse it all out. Now that is insane. I have never seen it pitch black. It looks like there's oil almost. I mean, it's that same kind of look, but this is like a fungal something growing. So I don't have any oil leaks. I haven't run the engine in a while, so that's crazy looking. We're gonna bleach it again and do some more scrubbing. Alright, wires secured, float switch resecured, and I scrubbed it. It looks better. Still not perfect, but it's gonna get dirty again anyway, so put a layer of bleach over. I think we're good to go. well, that is going to wrap it up here for this week's video. Definitely a shorter one. Didn't get up to a whole lot. Kind of a lazy week. But had a lot of fun though, you know, got out, hang out with some friends, went to the beach, got to dinghy around, go to the waterfall. The heat's getting to me today, I'm a little tired, but it was a good one. And hopefully this coming week, we'll be able to get the air compressor, or the, I am out of it, the condenser, a little thing for the fridge. We'll get that hopefully in tomorrow and get that installed, and then I will be bringing out a professional to help actually solder the lines and recharge it, but I'll do the rest of the install. But anyways, you'll see that in the next video, and then hopefully the windows will be coming in as well. But big thanks to everyone for sending out parts and all the Patreon subscribers. Appreciate each and every one of you. But appreciate you tuning in, and like I said, I'll see you in the next video.